Hi there, this is Gist Nigeria. Coming up on the program. Insecurity in Nigeria. The X-ray caused by some governors for citizens to defend themselves. Also, distance learning. Inmate in Nigerian correctional facility embraces formal education. Plus, innovative thinking. App helps Ugandans get fecal evacuation services. And
I'm engineer Obi Charles Nana. Check me out.
The petroleum engineer on a quest to solving Africa's growing plastic waste crisis. Welcome to Gist Nigeria, brought to you by the BBC and Channels Television, where we bring you stories making the rounds on social media. I am Wali Fakile. Let's start with our top story. With rising insecurity in Nigeria, some governors have been calling on citizens to defend themselves. Though it is unclear how exactly they want citizens to do this, but some fear it might involve owning weapons such as guns. At the moment, the United Nations says about 350 million illegal small arms are already in circulation in Nigeria. Is the call to self-defense a worthy one at this time? What does the law say about this? Gist Nigeria Senator Felix has been finding out.
Government has henceforth directed individuals to prepare and obtain lawful weapons to defend themselves against the bandits. Although there is an existing law that bans issuance of license to obtain such weapons, people wishing to obtain the weapon are advised to fill forms that will be distributed to each of the 19 emirates of the state, and enough number of such forms have so far been provided.
Zamfara Commissioner for Information Ibrahim Dusara's announcement seems to be dividing the nation between those four.
That line of action by the governor indicates that the people have lost confidence in the ability of the federal might to protect them. And I can assure you, it's only a matter of time. A few other governors will toe that line.
If individuals are allowed to protect themselves, what will happen is the impunity at which the bandits go into communities to burn down their houses, it will reduce.
And those against.
If the Zamfara state governor has his way, it's going to cause a lot of chaos in the country.
The solution is not in arming citizens. Perhaps a better approach to it is looking at the root causes of insecurity and addressing those root causes.
Why does Zamfara state want to arm citizens?
The state of security in Zamfara state was terrible, and this is where he asked the community, the citizens, to get prepared to acquire legitimate weapons with which to defend themselves.
Dosara also reacts to claims that the move connotes failure of the government.
The job of security or providing security to the people is not only the responsibility of government anywhere. Community members also contribute in providing security to themselves.
So far, many Nigerians are excited about the announcement.
They don't protect us. Why can't we protect ourselves?
If the terrorists and everybody have the guns, so why not get it legally?
Let them approve the gun license, okay, so that all youths can have their own guns.
If I'm allowed to use gun or own one, I'll subscribe to it.
To get a gun license, you first need to understand the Firearms Act, which clearly states that it's not a legal right or entitlement to be granted a license. Only the President and Inspector General of Police can grant a gun license, and they can refuse to issue one based on the law or conditions they deem fit. But you can write to the president to appeal a decision that denies your application for a gun license. Gun license applicants must be above 17 years old, be sane, have good eyesight, a calm temperament, and must not have been convicts involved in violence or threats of violence. The Firearms License application form is available on the website of the Nigeria Police Force. Applicants need to fill in the form and upload medical reports from a government hospital, a statement of good character from 2 referees, and pay the required fee. They then print and submit their forms to the Force Criminal Investigation Department in any police command. The police will scan the applications through its criminal database, and successful applicants get a license that's due for renewal on December 31st every year. A person with a firearms license can then legally purchase a gun from government for self-defense.
You can use your firearms as a person to defend yourself, to defend another, or to defend your property if you are under attack. But the degree of force must be proportionate to the attack. Someone cannot use stick to attack you and then you respond by, firing an AK-47 or using gun or bullets to repel the attack. That is not proportionate response.
But the police have since paused issuing gun licenses, and the military doesn't like the idea of arming citizens.
That, in my view, is not the right way to go.
Away from Nigeria, the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution guarantees the rights of Americans to bear and keep arms. Meanwhile, over 45,000 people died from gun-related violence in the US in 2020. According to the country's Gun Violence Archive, more than 18,800 people have died due to gun violence by the end of June 2022. What are the odds in Nigeria?
The temperament of the Nigerian is such that it's so volatile that you might see somebody with a gun, even somebody, road rage, or even if his wife didn't cook for him before he gets home, he might want to shoot somebody. So I don't think it's advisable.
So what should be the rules of engagement regarding the use of firearms?
Who first and foremost must understand the workings of the weapons, who must understand how to apply whatever safety catch that might be attached to the weapons, and so on, who must know how to avoid collateral damages, who must know that the weapon is meant for the enemy out there and not for friendly elements within the home or domestic space.
Some believe decentralizing security should involve private security companies.
Security guards can actually be used for information gathering, which is key. We're already filling the gaps, but all we're asking is, give us more responsibility.
In other climes, private security is the first line of defense because they are allowed to carry weapons. But in our own part of the world, we're not allowed to carry weapons. So that first line of defense is gone.
Others see systematic and infrastructural solutions.
There are gaps that exist at the state and community levels that are being exploited by non-state actors. Now, the state would need to look closely at those gaps and block those gaps.
Allow states to have their police, and crime is committed locally. So these policemen will be able to more effectively handle the security situation in their locality.
We call for professionalism in the military, especially the recruitment processes. A lot of vetting processes are being negated, and so many molds are coming into the military that are enhancing criminality of security agency personnel. So we call on training curriculum to be built. We call on proper training schools to meet the dynamics of international crime, and we will agree that the motivation and the remunerations need to be addressed by the government.
A 2021 data by the United Nations Regional Center for Peace and Disarmament in Africa shows that there are 350 million illegal firearms in Nigeria. This is buttressed by torrents of violence in the country, with about 60,000 people killed in northern Nigeria in the past 10 years and government seeming helplessness. Lawyers say Zamfara can insist on arming citizens through an order of mandamus in court. But the question remains, what becomes of Nigeria while the debate rages? Annetta, Felix, Gist, Nigeria.
Well, security is everybody's business. Let's support efforts at keeping the peace. Join this conversation on our Twitter handle at Gist Nigeria TV and let's hear your views.